Hello, welcome to Tony's Bonsai. I've got a couple of jobs that I want to do today on a couple of different trees. There's a bit of an update on this hawthorn, which is quite interesting. I did a video of it in the summer, so I thought I'd show you how it's getting on. You may recall I put like some severe bend in this trunk and it made a loud crack. So as I was bending it, it literally went really loudly, and I was wondering whether or not it'd make it. I put this thick wire on and it's had a really strong season. It's grown really well, but I need to take that wire off. There can be no doubt whatsoever that I left this wire on for a little bit too long. It really should have come off probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, because it's definitely marked up here significantly. So there's quite a lot of scarring gone on. To be honest, I just forgot about this tree. It's in one of those places and I didn't really remember about it. But it'll be interesting to see how this heals. Someone was talking to me the other day about scarring on hawthorn, and I was saying I don't think it's that big a deal, but I think this will be fairly significant. And as we're coming close here now on this bit, you'll see. So you should really be able to see, as I take this wire off, it majorly digging in there. That's what I'm anticipating. It kind of looks like that's going to be the case. And it is. But it's not too bad. You know, there is some deep marks in there, but that should heal okay actually. Well, I've definitely been really impressed with how this hawthorn handle being snapped so violently. But what I do with this tree now going forward, I've got no idea. I mean, there's the possibility for perhaps planting it something like that, and maybe wiring this branch into the primary, something like that. I don't know. But I've got options with it, that's the main thing. The next tree I want to take a look at is this little oak. You can see at the base of this, I've got all these suckers coming out. So I could just remove these suckers and continue growing this as a tree. Or perhaps I could leave these suckers and grow some kind of clump style, which, as regular viewers will know, I do like clump style. So I'm going to just do a bit of exploring and see where they actually come from. I'll remove my turntable first of all, and then I want to see what's just happening down here at the base. This isn't major root work or anything, so the tree will be fine with this, I'm sure. And some of the latest talk that I've heard is about people actually collecting and doing work on trees in the autumn. I was watching a video by Bonsai Cornwall, and he has been doing work on a collected Yamadori oak, just to sort of as a bit of an experiment at this time of year, see how it does. So as I sort of tease these roots out a bit, let's see what I'm left with and see where these suckers are coming from, and whether I can maybe use them just as sacrificial branches, or perhaps as part of a clump style composition. I could have waited and done this in the spring, but you know, they're tough, these little oaks, especially when they're young like this. You can pretty much do what you want with them. So it's quite interesting what's happening down here. And I've got seem to be having quite a good spread of radial roots coming from this tree, so there could be some potential here. It sort of cuts back underneath here at this section. The roots are coming out from this part, and we've almost got like some kind of lump in the centre. Looks like where a sucker's been cut off and it's sent new suckers out. So I'm going to go in and remove this sucker, this old dead sucker there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that one. And it just sort of cleans that line up there. There's some lumps and bumps on this, on the side, which I'll also get rid of. So we can see we've got some nice roots coming out here. Look quite good. Got these low branches that I think have got quite a lot of character. I find them quite interesting. Got this branch here that I'm not as keen on. I've got a bud there which is in a nice place. So it's really just this one that I don't like. So that one can go. Get rid of that. I've got two roots kind of on top of each other here. I'm wondering if that could be kind of like the new planting angle of this tree there. That could work. I think I'll just have a quick look, see what the rest of the roots are doing. They normally have obviously a fairly large tap root on oaks. They're known for the big tap root. This will have one somewhere. But it's fairly flat, that, so I don't need to worry exactly about what these roots are doing too much. Well, I think it might be here, the tap root. I think it's coming off and twisting around. And that could actually end up quite interesting. So I'm going to give it a dunk in some water so I can see what's happening. I've just given it a quick dunk. We've got loads of nice good roots, but we have got this one big, really ugly knuckle of root here that I want rid of. Don't exactly know where that's coming from. There. There it was. That was the tap root. So I've got rid of that. And now I can kind of see where these roots are sort of emanating from and what's happening. So I'm glad I did this root work, because I've definitely got some nice sort of root flare down here with the thicker roots, which means these higher up roots really I can get rid of. And kind of leave this to, there's a root pointing up there, that can go. And hopefully as these roots here now kind of develop. That could be quite an interesting base of a tree, I think, that, with some real character and flair. So I think that's good. But what I don't want is a load of inverse taper here. So one of these has to go, definitely. I do like this as the front because of these roots. So I'll get rid of the larger of the two, which is kind of pointing at me. So that's gone. And I've got a root here that can go. Yeah, liking that. Just this one here is a bit of a twisty root, but it's okay. So I'll just get that in a pot. I put some plaster as scrim tape in the bottom, put some soil on, and just kind of bed that down there, but it is going to need some wire. So I put a piece of wire through the hole at the bottom. I can then put these roots kind of settle them in there, and then hopefully pull that wire and just kind of lash it down. Like that. Oh, that's good. That's nice and solid there. Having done that, I can now cover all these roots with some soil. And see how this does. These pieces of wire, I'll just, let me have a look where they are. Pull them to the side, give them a last pull, just to tighten that tree in. I'll just bring them over the top actually and just tighten them like that. And that's going nowhere now. And let's see how that does. I think I will just give it a little, a bit of a poke down just to get this soil down into the roots, so that get rid of any air pockets, push those roots down. And it'll be interesting to see what happens to this tree, doing a repot of it in the first week of October. The odd root's popping up, and I'll just push it down like that. I'll give that a water now, and let's see where this is in the spring. See if I've killed it or see if it comes alive. So I know I could definitely have done this in the spring, but I just wanted to see what would happen if I did it this time of year. This is a sacrificial branch, that's going to be going. But hopefully I'll reveal some more of those roots over the years, you know, and just let this grow now and see where it goes. I really enjoy the idea of experimentation in bonsai, and that's why when I watched Bonsai Cornwall's video about collecting the Yamadori oak at this time of year. I thought it was really interesting. Just it's going to be interesting to follow that next year and see how it develops, and if it does come on and do well, perhaps that'll be a thing we can do. And likewise, on a small plant like this, can this be repotted and had root work done at this time of year, and will it pull through and be okay next year? You know, we'll have to wait and see, but in 6 months' time we'll have a better idea. It's been fun anyway, as always, and that's the point of bonsai. Have a great day, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you soon.